The Church calls Great Lent a spiritual spring, but for many of us it feels like a battlefield. From the very first day, a voice inside us resists, it pushes back, it says, "I don't need this." Do you know where that voice comes from? It's not yours, it's the voice of a habit that has distorted your very being. Lent has begun, and it is difficult from the very first day. From the very first day, there is a thought that resists, that pushes us back and tells us just one thing. It says, "I do not want to fast. I do not need fasting. It is not for me." Do you know where this thought comes from? From a certain habit. It is a habit we have practiced for so long that it has simply distorted our being. Things happen roughly like this. Little by little, we get used to our mind becoming weak, constantly yielding from its primary function, which is control. Another evening of fun with friends, a birthday, a wedding, a party, you know how it goes. Little by little, our mind has made all kinds of concessions. Gradually, it has allowed itself to be dominated by the satisfaction that comes through the senses. Pleasures in themselves are not the problem, as long as the mind remains in control. If the mind is in control, it will always know how to say stop when we approach a dangerous edge, destructive pleasures. There are pleasures that are self-destructive. You know what they are. They are pleasant but destructive. They may be experiences in the sphere of sexuality. They may be the use of psychoactive substances, both legal and illegal, because even the legal ones are a problem. For example, alcohol. Gambling can also be included. It is legal, yet very problematic. There are many possibilities. The ways of self-destruction are countless and varied, and little by little we teach our mind to give in, to yield, to make more and more room for all these freedoms that do us no good. The mind used to be the command center, the emergency brake. When it sensed that we were approaching a dangerous zone, it activated the alarms. But what have we done? Again and again, we have softened the edges. We have negotiated the limits. We have loosened all the ropes that kept the ship tied to the shore. And since we have done this repeatedly, our mind no longer knows what to do. It has become merely a witness to our excesses, an increasingly indifferent referee. And who now holds control of our being? The senses, our sensory desires. Do you know what happens then? Something very bad. A being led by the senses knows only two things. First, it runs away from pain. It knows this by principle and instinct, by reflex, escape from pain. Second, it runs frantically after ever greater pleasures. These are the only two things it knows how to do: flee from pain and chase after pleasure. Of course, it flees from pain because all our senses are extremely sensitive to any blow, any wound, however small. But if the mind were alive and active, it would know that pain teaches immense lessons. The mind would tell you that you know nothing about life if you do not encounter suffering, and that if Christ himself chose the path of pain in order to save humanity, it truly means there was no other way. But the mind is silent, and it is silent because we have silenced it. We have accustomed it not to intervene. We have weakened it, debilitated it, to the point that it no longer knows how to say stop to anything at all, and the disaster lies before us. When the mind can no longer intervene, the whole of life collapses. What do we do so as not to completely destroy our lives? We gradually restore things to their natural order, and everything begins with a form of discipline. The most accessible, the simplest, is fasting. Why is it the simplest? Because it has very clear rules, easy to identify and to follow. So we begin to fast. In the first stage, we begin by selecting the foods we eat. The first form of fasting, but not the only one, is fasting from food. Then we move to more subtle forms of fasting. For example, we speak less. We choose our words carefully. Then we begin to filter what we hear. You cannot block your ears, but you can discreetly leave, withdraw from a group where useless, negative, or toxic things are being said. You simply leave. You find a pretext and go. It is absolutely necessary to filter what we hear and what we say. It is necessary to filter what we look at. It would not be good at all to keep watching the same video clips or the same films we used to watch. A change of content is certainly necessary, because what you see changes your expectations, your horizons. It changes the content with which your mind works day by day, hour by hour. All these forms of fasting are forms of purification. We clean the tree of our life of all the dry branches, the withered leaves, the moss that has grown on the trunk, any unwanted ivy climbing the tree. And alongside this careful and meticulous cleansing, construction also takes place. Because it is not enough to commit fewer and fewer sins, or almost none at all. If you do that, you have only prepared the ground, but you have prepared it for something more important. For what? So that you may finally reach your true potential. For you are first of all a spiritual being, only afterwards are you a material being. Then behave accordingly. Rise to the height that was destined for you. Fill your life with prayer, with liturgy, with holy readings. Let yourself be called toward good deeds. Fasting is not only emptying, not only renunciation, it is rather accumulation after purification. Throughout the time of fasting, we receive light and grace. We receive clarity and energy from God. Little by little, we discover the truth of life and receive the strength to walk on this true path. Anything you have begun is already half done. The emphasis is on the beginning. If you have managed to begin, you can already say the work is half finished. It is hard to begin, very hard to begin. If we apply this to Great Lent, it would sound something like this. It is not hard to fast. What is truly hard is to place yourself in the right state for fasting. But do not delay. Begin. Begin the fast, and you will see how the energy of the beginning increases afterward. Do not remain stuck in refusal, in that great exclamation, "I cannot do this." Do not be stubborn in postponement, saying that you will fast later. Begin. And do not forget the connection between mind and senses. Mind and senses. You must allow your mind to resume its original function of control. The body should not decide. Reason and will should. What will the body always say? The body will always prefer the easier solution. The body will always prefer immediate satisfaction. But tell the body, be silent, and tell the mind, speak. May the good Lord strengthen our will. We begin the fast today to empty ourselves, but remember, a vessel is never kept empty for long. Once the purification is done, something else will move in to fill that space. The question is, who or what will you allow to take up residence in the silence you are about to create?